welcome to Ain't Got a Clue.
Hello. I'm Marcus Bronzy.
Yeah, that is Marcus Bronzy. I'm Kae Kurd, and welcome. Do I look like a man that smokes cocaine?
I can't lie, Kay. You got circular sunglasses on. They look very nice.
Man. No, it's not about. Yeah, I mean,
you got sunglasses that look very nice. You got a chain out over your t-shirt.
Fake chain.
It's a very nice chain.
Fake chain. Bro.
It's definitely a chain. You I don't know. You have the essence of somebody that would not smoke it. I might think that you might slang
when
some.
I was away, I was maybe it's just a thing in Portugal, in Lisbon. I was getting offered drugs left, right, and center. Marijuana, I give a good price.
Really?
I'll give you a good price. And I was like, no thanks. Cocaine. I was thinking, if I don't want the gateway drug, why am I going to go straight to...
You'd be surprised, you know. Some people are like, oh, no, mate. It's like... You know,
Bro, do you know what I noticed though, yeah?
Sorry, just remember some of my friends that don't like pharmaceutical companies and they're telling me about it while they're taking hay fever pills at the same time. That's what it reminds me of. Yeah. Irony. Anyway.
No, but it was like, it's so funny. Like, I think drug dealers in Europe have got like the dress code sorted out.
Really? What is the dress code?
Because there was one guy in like a yellow polo shirt with like skinny jeans on and like some mad crepes. If I looked at him, I'd never say this guy's a shotter.
Really?
Never.
So you just go past him and be like, definitely not selling drugs.
I just be like, just some any guy, bro.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
He looks at me, cocaine. I was like, no. And I was becoming real British when they were offering it to me. No, thank you. Thank you. Absolutely not. Thank you. I'm here to enjoy my travels. And then but yeah, there was a couple of, but they just didn't look like drug dealers. There was one guy, he had a blue shirt on tucked into like smart shorts with like boat shoes. And then he's just like, you want something? Marijuana? Cannabis? Marijuana cannabis? Marijuana cannabis? Marijuana cannabis?
I got to ask you, Kay.
10 grams.
10
Good
grams.
Good price.
I got to ask you, Kay, what does a drug dealer look like?
See, in this country, you look at someone and you're like, they sell drugs.
Yeah.
You could just, don't act like you don't know. Don't act like you don't know. Right. I think drug dealers in our country are too obvious with it.
Okay. All right.
Don't you think?
I mean, I know some drug dealers that rap about it. I know some drug dealers that sing about it.
How did you know I sell drugs?
Yeah, man.
I mean, track 4 gave it away.
Please, if you could play Article 4 from the top. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Can you please rewind that and bring that from the top? I just want to get the first lyrics. 100%.
Yeah, like,
some people sell snitch on themselves.
I get it straight from whatever, and then they're like,
get it from my boy, dun dun. My man's at home saying, why the fuck is he talking about me on his hit single?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, and then like, they just look, you know what I'm saying, man.
No, I don't know what you said. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro. If you're dressed in like
black skin, that's what Kay's trying to say. Yeah.
No.
You're right. Freaking hell. How many minutes are we in before we're having more sensation from you, Kay?
All I'm saying is stop and search has a point.
Oh, fuck. That's a strong start to the episode, isn't it? It's a strong start.
All I'm saying is the Met have got a point. I'm joking. That was jokes, by the way. Don't go fucking... Yeah. No, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of people that ain't understood jokes recently. Anyway, go on. You know what I'm saying, innit? You know, like, if you're... Listen, I remember a lot of people getting at David Cameron years ago, for saying people in hoodies. Remember the hug a hoodie thing? Where he was
hug a hoodie?
Yeah, where he was like, people in hoodies, like, you should... They just need a hug or whatever, but most of it. Anyway, I fucking can't remember exactly
what was that about. His advice was to go up to people,
hug a hoodie,
wearing certain clothes, and hug them.
Yeah, I don't know, but for me, I always just think, look, you know when people go, oh yeah, you shouldn't be scared of people in hoodies and you shouldn't be scared of people in balaclavas and all of this. It's like, bro,
I don't know. I think balaclavas, now that lockdown is over and there's no reason for you really to be covering all of your face like that outside. If you're wearing a bally...
Let me tell you, Marcus, I'm a big grown man. Yeah. If I see 2 guys middle of the night in hoodies coming towards me, I'm crossing the road, bro.
Hoodies? Yeah. So what about with 2 balaclavas on?
2 balaclavas? Yeah. I'm running. Hoodies, I'm just crossing the other side of the road, But if I'm seeing... All right, furthermore, if it's like 3 or 4 guys just sat there in hoodies, I don't care, Marcus. Like... This is so funny when people go to us, oh yeah, you shouldn't what's it? Not everybody that wears a hoodie is violent or a drug dealer. I know that.
You're playing a numbers game.
Exactly. I base my experiences off of statistics.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm gonna cross the road, bro.
Especially if you're off ends as well. Like if you're not in your area, you know, you've got to keep an eye. You don't know how.
It's all pattern recognition, isn't it? And it's all very well and good saying, yeah, like not everybody wearing a hoodie is like that. And also, it depends what kind of hoodie. If it's an Abercrombie and Fitch hoodie, I don't care.
Yeah. If you see some like if you see some skateboard trucks and like, you know, you see them wearing some kind of like, you know, ice cream crepes and what no, if I see Billionaire Boys Club, that was it. If you see Billionaire Boys Club hoodie and skateboard trucks on the floor and someone holding a skateboard, you're like, nah, I'm all right.
Exactly, innit?
You could even smell weed in the air and be like, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
It's not a race thing. It's literally, you know what brand of hoodie means trouble.
Yeah, man. Do you know what
I mean?
Yeah.
I love people love to play dumb and go, what do you mean? Come on, bro. The same way if I see a bunch of guys with bald heads.
Really?
That are from a certain demographic.
Yeah. And tattoos in certain places. Maybe a peaceful symbol that is not peaceful anymore tattooed onto them. You kind of can guess that maybe you should cross the road. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like where like the uniform, the drug dealer uniform there was just all over the place. It was like anyone could be a drug dealer here.
Yeah. I've seen a really pathetic race march, you know, like I was in the northwest of the UK. I don't even want to specify where because you're not getting that kind of energy from me. Where it's notoriously more racist. It was one of the most racist parts of the world. And I was waiting outside a train station after a gig on my way home. And I remember hearing, whose streets? Our streets. And I was like, what? Whose streets? Our streets. And I looked and saw like 5 sad drunk people who looked like back 20 years ago could probably cause some problems, yeah? But now they're a bit tired. They're a bit over it. Red in the face from drinking too much cider all that day.
I'd still cross the road.
No, I was fine. I was in the train station. They were just at the train station.
No, do you know why? Because they probably stink.
Well, I had a train to get, so I'm looking at them anyway. And I remember looking at them thinking, I'm glad that this is the state of your affairs right now. I hope after today, you will just go home and be like, don't know why I bothered.
I reckon though, sometimes people don't even believe it. It's just something to do, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a day out. It's a good day out. You got nothing to do. It feels like being a bit racist.
Like, I reckon a lot of it is one person just leader of the group believes in certain things. And then the rest
like one enthusiastic friend that wants you to do something.
He's proper like, this is what we got to do. And the others are like, oh, fucking hell, let's go on with it.
So they've mentioned it in the WhatsApp group like as a casual day out and everyone said they're up for it. Then they've come with the itinerary and everyone's realised, Christ, this is a serious, he wants dress code. He wants us to meet up at a certain time.
Yeah. All it ever takes is for one person to do fuckery and then people join in.
Yeah.
The majority of people are sheep. I love how people go, oh yeah, I'm not a sheep. I'm not a sheep. I'm a free thinker. Yeah. But somehow all these free thinkers have the same opinion about every single matter.
And I guess if you go against the grain.
Half the time when somebody says they're a free thinker, I can sort of guess their opinions about most things.
Would you consider yourself a free thinker?
No, I think we're all biased in some way, shape, or form. Well, actually, what the fuck is a free thinker?
Somebody who thinks.
The people that go, I'm a free thinker, they 9 times out of 10 believe in about 4 conspiracy theories. And then they tell you you're stupid because conspiracies aren't always conspiracies. And then they...
Well, you know what it is with certain conspiracies, yeah? Is that because you can't prove it, you can't disprove it, they think that's a form of proof. Like, for example, people that are just like, look, I believe in aliens in a way, by the way, in a different way. They're just like, aliens. Yeah, but because you can't disprove it, yeah? They exist. I'm like, bro, I've never seen an alien, so it's hard for me to believe that aliens exist. I've never seen a camera footage of any kind of UFO where it isn't shaky, even though as soon as there's a punch up, we managed to get it in HD from 4 different angles. Dominic Soler still hides every Christmas and New Year's.
What happened to that guy?
I don't know, man. I hope he's all right and safe. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't have even said his name, really. I won't mention him again because he needs to live. Yeah. So, and if you don't know who he is, don't Google him because you definitely won't get loads of information about him or a video. Great New Year's though, by the way. But
I think
anyway,
that was one of the best New Year's. The way
he
must have
showed
been
us,
having
Kay.
fun.
It
For those
showed
that
us-
don't know who Dominic Soler is, he was a guy that was caught. Yeah,
Yeah. Can we use
On
some
the
innuendos?
street.
What was he doing?
yeah, on the street
Yeah.
eating
Yeah.
a woman's.
Oh, you kind of went away from the innuendo there.
Okay,
I thought like eating a party kebab or something like that, or
whoa.
eating a.
He was having a fillet of fish
Oh, okay, cool.
on a stairwell in public.
Yeah,
but the fillet of fish wasn't
Yeah.
from McDonald's.
yeah. He was having an Australian snog. It's down below.
He was. On a stairwell.
Yes,
She was basically riding a motorbike.
she was
On a
peddling.
stairwell.
She was peddling his ears. Yeah.
What a way to go into the new year.
What a way! And I feel like if they were in the privacy of a home,
Yeah.
even a car, yeah, do your thing. It's New Year's. People like to get to do their thing. I'm not out here to shame anyone, right?
I am.
Okay, cool. But he decided to do it on the stairs, and she was cool with it because obviously she ain't got to worry. She ain't going to mash herself up. First 10 out of 10 for the back of his head and his neck. He must have core strength that's unbelievable, right? But anyway, people came up and walked and found them and filmed them.
Yeah, and it became a meme.
And within
it became a meme.
And within 24 hours, Kay, that was it. That was one of the first times we knew that the internet could find anyone in 24 hours.
Yeah, the internet is very strong. However, when somebody does a crime, they're very much.
Says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're
says
just
a
like,
lot.
no, I don't know him.
Yeah, someone shot someone, can't find him. My man's eating some flipping, he's eating some waffle on the stairs. Yeah. And he gets found. His whole name gets found. Her whole name gets found.
Where they work.
Their religions. Whereabouts they live.
What school they went to.
Schools they went to.
But when somebody gets shot.
Yeah, sorry.
If
Three
you,
suspects.
if you saw that, yeah. Oh, another thing I realised,
you
yeah. You see when I was going away, yeah. You see when I was going away, yeah. Another thing I realised is, yeah. Why is it in this country people just urinate in public and you don't see that in foreign countries? We don't take pride in our streets in this country, you know.
I saw it yesterday. I saw somebody
People just urinate on the side of the
I
roads.
saw somebody pissing outside a pub. Okay, they came from the pub, walked out and pissed on the floor. There is a toilet in said pub. I get it. If you're in the countryside, it's great. Water the bushes, yeah? It's good for the ground, yeah? On a street, not so much. I don't get it. I don't know why we have this etiquette here in the UK.
I don't understand
or lack
because
of.
you go to any European country on holiday. I'm not talking like the party islands or whatever, but you go on city breaks. You never see just people just like urinating on like massive. Imagine coming here as a tourist, yeah, seeing like pictures of like Big Ben and being like sold the dreams of like these red buses driving around and like, you know, these regal sort of buildings and it's royalty and all of this. And then you come out on the Strand and you see someone pissing on the side of a Leon. Do you know what I mean? Or you just see like rubbish bags and so. Is New York the same?
New York is very smelly, and I think in the summer it does get worse.
Yeah, so I'm saying is New York probably similar to London in that sense, where they're just pissing on the side of.
And like the West End, there's not like as much facility for putting rubbish or trash anywhere, so the trash has to go out into the alleyways or onto the street sometimes. That's why for me personally, Kay, like the West End hums. It stinks of piss. And if anyone disagrees, whatever, I've worked there for years. Whenever I go there, I always get a waft of piss. And there was nothing worse when I was working on breakfast radio, where at 4:30 in the morning or 5 in the morning when I got out of the cab, the first flavour that I could smell.
I thought you were saying the first thing you did
was just piss on the floor. Yeah.
First thing I did was add to it because once it's your % out there, you can't smell it.
You got to lay the groundwork. You know what I mean? You got to mark it. But yeah, it just smells of the whole West End.
That's
smells
what
of piss.
puts me off about Carnival in this country. So Carnival's coming up, and like that is when I used to see like there just used to be gangs of guys in one alleyway on a road.
Yeah, yeah. What my family home was near Carnival growing up, and the ends smelt like piss at the end of the 2 days, and barbecue and ganj and like assorted whatever stuff meshed up on the floor. But they did clean the streets properly And the level of cleaning that they do after Carnival, I've seen them do that 3 or 4 nights, over 3 or 4 nights a few times when I've been in Spain. You see what it is, yeah? Over there, they clean the roads properly. The roads are nice. People don't disrespect them. I see less dog shit as well when I'm on city breaks in Spain as well.
Yeah?
Less dog shit on the floor as well. Yeah, man. I don't know why. I think
I
people
don't
just
see
don't
chewing
care.
gum.
Yeah.
We just don't respect our city anymore.
Yeah.
We don't respect. There's something about our country we don't respect it.
Fuck him.
If our politicians don't respect it, why should we?
Yeah.
Why should we respect it? What's been going on anyway in this week while I've been away?
Well, you want me to know, boy?
Yeah.
Boy. Well, cheese.
What's been going on with you?
Well, me. I finished doing some acting and some extra bits around the little
What were
short
you
sci-fi
acting
thing.
in?
So I'm in a short sci-fi film. Contract was
Jeez.
signed before any of the strikes.
Oh, fuck
please,
that, man.
thank you
Like,
very
you're
much.
not-
I'm
who
not a
cares,
scab.
bruv?
I'm not a scab.
I don't think anybody here is going to be like snitching to the
Yeah, man.
Sag. Is that how it's called? Sag.
Sagafra. Sounds like a sick Street Fighter character. Sagafra wins.
Sagaf.
So I was actually shooting Kae. Let me know when you get bored because this is a bit techie on one of the biggest LED screens ever. So the screen is so
I'm
big
bored already, bro.
Yeah. Sick. I do that. I set myself up for that. I threw it. He swung. He hit it. It's out the park.
I was like,
he was filming one of the biggest LED screens it was a massive LED screen with a resolution of 8042 by 12.
Yeah, so it's one of the biggest LED screens ever. And it just looked like a fucking massive set. So when they put the cameras on us, it just looked fucking so real. Like this, it was in this sound stage where it's just fucking massive, bro. It's like 10 foot, 20 foot
when's
high.
the film coming out?
I don't know, it's kind of it's above my pay grade, isn't it? I just went and acted, did my thing.
I got paid.
Just did my thing.
I got paid. I don't care.
Did my thing.
You're going to go to the premiere?
Yeah, of course I'll go to whatever.
Have you got a role where like it would require you to get invited to the premiere?
Yeah, it's a short film, but I'm like the main character. One of the main characters.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Like imagine it like now, because I wouldn't want you to just be that guy going, I can try and hack into the mainframe, but it's going to need some time.
Yeah, nah, I'm
And you know when you're like, who is this my guy?
Yeah.
And then like it's like the premiere comes along and fucking
it's just I'm a co-main
it's just
character.
Naz from Love Island season 7. They're at the premiere and you're at home.
There's a main character. See, Kae's sending for me today again. There's a main character that's female.
I'm not sending,
the main
I'm just
character
saying
that's
imagine,
male.
yeah.
And I do my thing. It's
You're the
nice.
male character that's male?
Yeah.
Was that
female
like,
main character that's female and I'm the main character that's male.
or do you have a non-binary
No, I'm
main
definitely a male character.
No, I'm saying, is there a non-binary main character?
No, I'm just being
What kind of fucking backwards film is this where you don't have a non-binary character, bruv?
Yeah,
I'm not fucking watching it. I'm boycotting this film immediately.
I know, bro. I know.
Do you have every race represented in that film?
Yeah, of course.
Every race?
Every race.
What? So we
have the human race.
Okay.
And we have other races. So we've gone above and beyond.
So you got a black guy?
No, we've got the whole human race represented, and we've got the whole of other races represented in the sci-fi film.
So how much diversity, bro?
There's more diverse. There's the whole of a human race and a whole alien race. Do you want to just keep saying it again?
Okay,
all right, I'll say it again.
I hear what you're saying.
There's
I hear what you're saying.
All humans.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
yeah.
Is there an Asian brother in this film?
All races are in it. All races are in it. And if you want to find out how, you gotta watch the film when it comes out, bro. There you go. So I did that. Also,
it's just AI, bro. They have just taken Marcus's face and made like different versions of him in different countries.
All really human,
and
but
it just looks really weird and racist when you watch it. Yeah,
okay.
Because it's just Marcus was actually acting in his own accent, and then boom. You come on and then they've just put some random accent on him and you're like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, shout out to the guys. I also landed a voiceover that you guys might be hearing and seeing here and there. So yeah, got that. Where I did do a few voices of mine. And
voiceovers on what?
I can't say, but when it comes out, I'll say. And also, I've allegedly.
Were you doing your own accent?
What do you mean accent? Oh yeah, I did everything.
Was it your own voice?
Yeah, I did my own voice
for the voiceover.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I did a few. Yeah,
I just heard Laura Smith on a Santander advert, Santander e-bike.
That's a good papers. That's a good papers.
I just want to one day just hire someone as a voiceover, like a friend like you.
Yeah.
I want to have enough money where I could just hire you for a voiceover, yeah, and then get as a prank and just get the producer to just like. I think it'd be a fucking hilarious prank if we did it on our Patreon or something. Yeah, one day when got enough money to just do silly
Fuck
shit
around,
like that.
yeah.
So like we invite one of our friends, say like a previous guest, right? And we go, say for example, Manga.
I was thinking Manga would be good for it as well.
And we go, listen, like we want to get you in for this voiceover, yeah. And it's something like it's a random brand, right? And then we're like, actually, can you do that a bit more in a Chinese accent?
Yeah.
And see how far they go with it.
Yeah.
And then like I just want to see how far people will go for money in it. Like if I go, all right, okay, cool, we've got to actually fuck the Chinese one. Can you do an African accent?
Yeah.
Like can you do a regional accent?
And then you got to go for an accent where they wouldn't know what the accent sounds like. So you got to make up a country that sounds real. Like, can you do a Wakandan accent?
Can you do something from Eswatini? Eswatini's a real country.
Yeah.
And like, can you do something with a bit of an Eswatini twang? They'll be like, where's that? And
Great. Yeah, great. Just like that. Carry on. Yeah.
Sort of like South Africa with a hint of Dutch. And they'll be like, what?
That'll be funny, man.
And then anyway, like I just think it would be hilarious.
Yeah.
If you talk, I mean, it wouldn't work on me because I'll just do it, bro. I'll do it for you tell me to do any
How
accent.
much Dutch on a percent, like out of 10? More Dutch? You mean some more Dutch in it?
How much money do you, fuck it, what, Thai accent? All right, run the rhythm.
Yeah. Bring it from the top. Bring it from the top, yeah?
Yeah, play the music.
Yeah.
With the Santander e-bike.
You'll go for it. You say, fuck it. Let's give it a dough.
I'm just there like, yeah, fuck it. Like that content with me wouldn't work. Everyone would just be like, bro, no, you just started doing all the accents. But it would just be funny for something like, what accent can you not do?
I can't do loads. You're the accent guy.
That's what I'm saying. If there's an accent that you just be like, I'm not doing that one 100%.
I'd go for it. Because in my mind, either I'm not doing it or I'm just going to go 100 for it. So for example, as we know, if you listen to the last episode, my Scottish accent is not 10 out of 10, but I'm going for gold, bruv.
All right. So, boom, Norwegian accent.
Nah, I wouldn't even know where to start. Give me a word and I'll do it.
Backpack.
I don't even know what backpack. I don't even know what is a Norwegian accent.
All right, just be like with the Flajlakarten backpack. You will never be left alone.
Exactly. Yeah, I just freestyle it. I don't know what I'd do, bruv. I don't know what I'd do. Anyway,
wouldn't it be funny though? That'd be great. I think it would be funny content. Just pranking someone and be like, you're going through a few takes and just be like, you know what? Just before we go, let's just do some international.
Yeah. Let's do it for the international audience because you know that's in your contract as well, don't you?
Yeah, we just do some international grabs. And it's like for the real version.
Yeah, I've seen it's like aftershave adverts. So yeah, that's happened, and also allegedly, Kae, like getting a lot of heat on Instagram for some prior comments I made about not watching a certain film.
Oh, Barbie and Oppenheimer. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, allegedly.
People just because it's a 10 second. Your podcast is shit.
Yeah,
your podcast is terrible.
Yeah,
it's a lot of Americans.
I find it funny though.
Your no name podcast. Good luck, buddy. Loads of people are watching Oppenheimer, but nobody's watching your podcast, buddy.
You don't get invited to parties. I'm like, big man, I don't want to be invited.
Bro's scared of a color. It's not about the bomb. It's about the guy that made the bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
For those,
I still haven't watched the films, by the way. I will do it at one point.
I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I need to have sunglasses to watch to watch Barbie. But I will say this though, I find it funny because I'm a sci-fi nerd, yeah. And as you know, I love Star Trek. And I feel like if someone says they don't like Star Trek, I don't feel like I turn around to them and say, so you're against the progression of mankind.
You have like vetoed certain guests because they said Star Trek was shit. Though.
We don't talk about that on the show. They said, may the force be with me off the show, innit? Get out of here, bruv. Get out of here. They said Dumbledore was a great character in Star Trek. So I said, bruv, get out of it, man.
Dumbledore was sick though in the Empire Strikes Back.
But he was heavy. Dickhead. But I just want to say because
I love how sci-fi nerds just dip it. Like you can't even hold it in as a joke for a bit.
Dickhead.
No fucking prick.
Yeah. But I just want to say just because I don't want to watch Barbie doesn't mean I want to.
X-Men.
Yeah, he's great, man. Dread. That's a good one.
That is hard.
But yeah,
look how
that's a good one. But I'm not hurt. No, what I'm saying is just because I don't like
William Shatner,
I don't want to watch
X-Men.
Oppenheimer, and I don't want to watch Barbie doesn't mean I don't like women or femininity or feminism, and I don't like learning about what happened within World War II. Because I just want to say, Kate, I'm actually slightly more aware than most.
You actually know women?
Yeah, no, I have women friends. I'm actually slightly more aware of like what happened before that, afterwards, and that. But I will stand by saying there was a whole load of shit that went. Obviously, there's stuff that happened. Right, if you want to go back a little bit, There's all the
history, but ain't got a clue.
All right, Pearl Harbor. Prior to that, that was Japan, and that was based around oil. If I'm going to be really quick, surprise, surprise. Japan.
So when did Armageddon happen?
Well, for them, it's mad. Yeah. Anyway, so Japan attacks America. Japan attacks America army base and kills a lot of people. And then America attacks Japan, but it's not quite army. Not quite an army base. So it's more civilians. So that's where it gets a bit sticky.
All right.
I'm not dropping my opinion, but that is my most top level stuff. But I have a very big awareness of it. But I feel like those who have stayed and listened to the podcast, we don't have to explain that to.
Do you know films? Yeah, they used to have banging soundtracks. You know,
I was listening to the Prince soundtrack.
Don't wanna roll my eyes.
That was a good
Don't
tune.
wanna sleep because I miss you, baby, and I go and I miss his thing.
Heavy. Prince done the soundtrack for the first Batman film as well.
Bro.
Heavy.
All right, so Oppenheimer. What's the song for that, bruv? Dead. Titanic.
Oh no, Titanic was heavy though, isn't it? Here, far, wherever you are. Heavy.
And you pretended you didn't like it when you were younger, but when you got older, you were like, do you know what? That's a banging tune.
For Oppenheimer, they could have gone with like an old Dr. Dre classic, but like a remix, like Explosive. You get me? They could have gone for something like that.
They would have never have done that with Cillian Murphy in a film.
it. Yeah.
No Cillian Murphy film there's not a hip hop beat in sight. It's going to be flipping. If they got Tommy Egan from Power to play Oppenheimer to play it,
all of a sudden
instead of Cillian Murphy, if they got him to play it, like, yo, what time is this bomb gonna go off?
Yo, man, where's the heavy water? He doesn't even use heavy water anyway.
And he'd use a racist term to refer to the Japanese and stuff. He's like, he'd be like, when are we gonna do this to these guys?
Yeah. Oh, bro, you know the cartoons that came out around that time were mad racist. Like Bugs Bunny was saying mad racist phrases.
But we say that, but like, I'm not surprised because have you ever watched Only Fools and Horses?
Yes.
Okay. Go and watch the Only Fools and Horses on Netflix and go and watch the Only Fools and Horses that are on the BBC catalogue. And then tell me the difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference between them. Yeah, 100%, bro.
Do you know what the big difference is?
What?
On the Netflix versions, none of the P words have been taken out. None of the P words have been taken out, right? They are calling Asian people the P word left, right and centre in Only Fools and Horses. They took them out of all the BBC ones, and when they rerun them on the BBC, they take them, you don't see it, but you go and watch it on Netflix. And I was watching it on Netflix once, and all I heard was, gotta go to the P shop. And I was like, huh?
First ever episode of EastEnders, I think, had something like that in there as well, man. I've covered this sort of stuff before, like Love Thy Neighbour and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of shows us how much society has changed.
I don't think you should take it out, though.
You think it should just stay how it is, source material, yeah?
It's a reflection of the time that thing was recorded. So if you watch it, you're like, oh shit, this is what it was. Because I think we love to. So you see with things like Only Fools and Horses or whatever, when you take it out, you're like, oh yeah, man, see what it used to be like. Everything was just nice. Like, Denzel, they were just like, so everyone was just like nice and chilling with each other. Like, you got to know that like people were watching it back then. They just use that word freely. I think people forget that. It's like people sort of like look back on some aspects of the past with like rose-tinted glasses on sometimes. And it's like, we sort of like, brush it under the carpet, innit, and go, nah, we've known about this stuff for a very long time. Whereas if you watch it, you're like, and I understand it can be quite painful for people to hear, but I think we sort of have this propensity to sort of like just go, everything was fine. It's always been great, whatever. We've never used that word. It's fine. But it was commonplace in a lot of the things we watch.
Yeah, man. Like I agree. It was horrible back then, and I think what's interesting is when you speak to elders about what it was like then compared to now. Like I had an interview Chris Kamara, and he spoke about being like the only black footballer in the changing room and having to like he wasn't even in a situation where there was like someone he could lean on and chat to and discuss whatever. He just had to be like, oh, I've got to roll with this because who do I complain to? And when you put on a TV. Oh, look, come on, Cammy, man. The fuck are you saying it on the TV, mate? Do you know what I mean? Like that to him. What do you fucking say to that? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, 100%. Like it was mad back then. And I think in a way it is good to know, but warn people obviously, but it is good to know that's what the source material is like. Because if you read like old school Dickens, if you read Roald Dahl stuff now, some of the stuff that you read, you're like, whoa,
yeah,
that's funky.
And the thing is, like things like Only Fools and Horses, like it's good that it stays there because all these people are like, hey, my mum and dad aren't raised us. My mother, your parents were young, were the same age as those people there, or like your grandparents were the same age as the people in that thing, so they were definitely using it.
Well, I wouldn't say definitely.
No, I'd say
more
very
likely to. But yeah, I wouldn't say definitely. Like I can say for 100% hand on heart, my grandmother on the white side, because I'm mixed race, half white. My grandmother on the white side was very progressive at her time of her time, and she had a zero tolerance policy on it to the point where people used to treat her funny. They thought she was weird. So like for example, I'm
generalizing it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm getting something else, but like it's funny because I think some of her opinions now, she was like a strong feminist, very progressive. I think some of her opinions now, her feminist opinions now, if she was to say them, I think the younger generation would really push back against some of the stuff that she had, not knowing what she had to go through to get herself and women around her to where they need to be. Like, it's very interesting, brother.
Well, she saying kill men.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, fuck them, kill them, smash the patriarchy over the head. No, but she had values, and I think what's interesting is as a human nowadays, especially online, we all have to understand that at some point our opinions are going to not change as fast as the youngsters around us. Do we decide to just get on board, or do we try and push back? Because I think trying to push back is fucking useless.
Let me tell you,
useless. However, let me finish this. However, younger generation understand the older generation. It's hard to because you're young, are a bit more stuck in their ways, so it's going to take a little bit more explaining for them to get to where you are. Like for me, example, genders, I can, if I'm not very careful, misgender people very easily. I've grown up struggling with the English language by itself before that anyway. Do you get me? My dad still calls he, she's, and she's he, and I sometimes do that as well. So now you're going to add extra things in. I'm like, I'll try my best, but I'll fuck up. But if I fuck up, is it best for me as an elder to be like, all right, you fucked up, here's what you did, do it. Or to be like, you're a cunt, Well, how are people going to react to that?
Of course. But with a lot of like this stuff, like I always tell people, your opinions, some of the opinions you hold right now are going to be seen as barbaric in about 20, 30 years from now.
Of course.
Or 40 years from now. So trying to like cancel everything on TV from a certain point in time, trying to cancel music and literature from a certain point in time, as painful as it is to other people, you've just sort of got to be like, well, that's what it was like back then. And I think like glossing over it or changing it is rewriting history in a bad way.
Yeah, man.
Because we've got to understand that it was painful. We've got to understand that was what it was like back then. I think we look at that and go, see what it was like back then, and now you couldn't do that. It's always, I love it when people say you couldn't do that now.
Yeah.
I think that's good, innit? We should have reference points for things that were like, look what they used to get away with.
Yeah. I think I said this to you before. When my dad went to Auschwitz, he was saying to me that like, he was like, Marcus, I think you should go here. And he goes, and he's saying to me, it's not a pleasurable thing, obviously, but he goes, people need to understand that this happened. So it never, ever happens again. And I think you're right. It's kind of like with legacy content as well. There will be a small number of people, like you said, outliers, that'll be like, fuck it, oh yeah, let's watch Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, brr, like that, whatever. But yeah, you're right, man. I think we need to understand what went wrong. Otherwise, we cannot move forward 100%.
Of course, like me admitting all of those things, it just does it, like it just glosses over the fact that people actually used to behave like that at one point.
Yeah. 100%.
And people go, no, we've always been progressive. Look at us. No, we haven't. No. Even that, like, you will be seen as backwards to somebody in about 10, 30 years from now.
You guys use waters to take showers instead of this sonic thing that we use. You lot took 2 showers a day. We take 5. It's like that, bro. Yeah, people look back at history. People only took a shower once a year. Then it was only took a shower once a month. Then it's only took a shower once a day. It's like that, bro. And because you can look back at those people like, oh, didn't you think it was really stinky? Do you know what I mean? These guys wore cotton. Do you know what I mean? Absorb their sweat. They wore clothes more than once. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And it's like that with progressive mindsets. And I'm very comfortable with being in the wrong. And I'm very comfortable with saying stuff now that I reckon isn't going to age well. But I am also comfortable with having a malleable mindset. Like, I'm always willing to listen to people. Part of me doesn't really care because I'll just do whatever in it. Like, kind of like the voiceover thing, innit? You're it's life, innit, bro? I'll be like, all right, cool. So this is what we're calling people now. All right, whatever. I respect that. That's cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's so funny. Like when people go, oh, that hasn't aged well, and it's like, well, duh.
Obviously.
I think nothing's meant to age well.
Yeah.
What does really age
Do you know
well?
what, though? When something ages well, I love it. Like some comedy ages really well, and I'm like,
The only thing that really aged well is Mr. Bean.
I was about to fucking say that. I've just finished watching it. I was about to say that.
Yeah. There is no comedy that compares to Mr. Bean and how well that has aged. Yeah.
I was literally
Every
about to say
other program or show, like now people are cancelling Friends. Now people are cancelling. Do you know what I mean? Like people always find these little things that they can cancel certain programs for, like be it films or comedies or whatever. Try and cancel Mr. Bean, bro. Try and cancel it. How?
You see where Mr. Bean,
the brother isn't speaking, bro. The guy is using one finger.
Bean.
He's using one finger to make jokes.
Yeah.
All physical comedy. The guy is
Rowan Atkinson's fantastic for that.
Well, and no one could cancel him for Mr. Bean, but they cancelled him for his actual opinion.
He started speaking.
When he started speaking, it was like, bro, you had it.
Bean.
You had the perfect
Bean. Just for all the interviews, Bean. Just Bean. Keep it to Bean.
When he started getting like that, you know,
what did he say?
Oh, bro, I think he got cancelled for a certain thing. Let me just double check where he got cancelled.
I'm glad I'm finding out now because I've just finished watching Bean, man.
Bro.
Fantastic. If you ain't watched Mr. Bean, listen. Absolutely fantastic.
Let me just search for
Rowan
Rowan Atkinson controversy, yeah? Controversy. Because he must have said some wild shit and then people were like, bruh?
Oh, man.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where it's like, as soon as he started he got cancelled for the stuff he said out of character.
Okay.
If he just stuck to Mr. Bean.
Separating the bean from the man. Is that what we're doing?
If he just stuck to being Bean, no one ever would have cancelled him. But them man there wanted an opinion. And once you want an opinion, this is what happens. You've got to be able to go into the fire and see what's happening. But yeah, Mr. Bean is the only thing that's not getting cancelled. Everything else cancelled for life, bro. I'm being serious.
I can't believe it because I literally just finished watching Mr. Bean. That's fantastic, man. Anyway,
wait. So he goes, every joke has a victim. While he was criticizing, he claimed comedy's job is to offend, which is very rich.
Who is he talking about?
I just think Mr. Bean.
That's not that offensive.
And the need for nuance in a proper. I think he was like backing the fact that you should be able to say certain words.
What words? This is going to depend on whether I watch the Mr. Bean movie or not, you know.
All right. Rowan Atkinson, who shares a head with both Mr. Bean and Blackadder, is on the press circuit for a new Netflix show, Man vs. Bee, blah, blah, blah. Right, where are we?
He's loaded, by the way.
Oh, wait, what, you think? Oh, okay, here's a good question, actually, while I look for that, yeah? You know Ali G's coming back.
Is it?
How do you feel about Ali G now?
Go for it.
Right, he goes, has claimed it's comedy's job to offend while criticising cancel culture. The Blackadder, Mr. Bean, Johnny English style returns. Blah, blah, blah. It does seem to me it's to offend or have the potential to offend, and it cannot be drained of. Every joke has a victim, and that's the definition of a joke. Someone or something, an idea to make the. According to the comedian, he believes there should be a very small, so it should be off the table when it comes to comedy. Nah, there was something else, bro. I think it was at Brexit or something.
Okay.
This can't be it, bro. That can't be it. There was something he said.
Why don't we put the article in the Patreon and then.
I don't know. There was I'm trying to look through it, but there was something he said. I remember because I at the time I was meant to do.
By the way, guys, listening, you were deep inside the production process for Ain't Got a Clue.
No, do you know what it was? At the time, I was going to do this. I was doing this ITV show, right? Where they interviewed me about Mr. Bean, because it was the anniversary of, it was like the 20th anniversary or like 30-year anniversary of Mr. Bean, something like that. 30. Yeah, it must have been like the 30th anniversary of Mr. Bean, and they invited me to talk about it, whatever. They were going to do this whole thing, and then he said something mad. Everything got dropped.
Scene. So you could have maybe met the Bean.
No, I wasn't gonna meet him. They'd already interviewed him for like the program, but it was one of those talking head ones. You know when they get like a bunch of comedians and go, "Yeah, man, it was like there was just this massive thing about," and it was just like, yeah, and then he must have said some madness, and then ITV were like, "Yeah, we're not gonna do that."
Got to cancel that.
Yeah, I think it was something about Brexit or something. I can't really find it, but I don't know. It was a couple years back now. But yeah, it was a mad. But yeah, Ali G coming back, I think that's gonna be interesting because at the time I know a lot of my black friends didn't like it.
A lot of people didn't like it, but he was trying to. I feel like when I'm not even gonna get into that. But let's just see.
But I'm saying at the time a lot of my black friends didn't like it, so it'll be interesting to see how it's received now, especially with like Twitter in it. It'll be interesting to see what it's saying.
It's always been his job to offend. Like I know that's what he definitely wants to do. He wants to go out there.
My only issue with a lot of his stuff is
as a black man. Go on. Go okay.
Nah, like I didn't really like what Borat did to Kazakhstan. I think he shouldn't, but I think he learned from that when he did The Dictator and he made up a country. But then again, it was like still taking a piss out of Arabs.
Yeah,
he's a Jewish man, and he's never made one of his characters a Jewish, but it's sort of other cultures. And I feel like he wouldn't give the same grace to somebody if they took the mick out of his culture.
I think he did. Hear what you're saying. I do distinctly remember him saying "kill the things" like Jet.
That was
he sung that out loud.
That was him saying it as like portraying a group of other people as anti-Semitic. Whereas I feel like if someone, because I feel like there's ways to do things in it without offending people.
Yeah, I don't think he could do what he does without offending people. Obviously, he just wouldn't be.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't do any of that sort of stuff in it. I wouldn't try to like make a character based on a country or a culture and then go.
You're not even Kurdish, bruv. So what are you trying it for, bruv?
No, you know what I mean.
Imagine the big reveal.
yeah. But do you know what I mean? It's it'd be wild for me to just go. Yeah, let me portray myself as this sort of character.
I'm not saying I agree with it. It was what was done at the time. You had Bo Selector. You had Ali G. There's someone else as well that used to dress up. Is it Rory Bremner as well? I think. I don't know if he done anything mad crazy or not. But yeah, there was a lot of people that did it. So it was kind of 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. So let's see what the new iteration brings. Anyway, in the last recording we said,
but yeah, rightly or wrongly, do you know what I mean? Like he's done his thing.
Let's see.
Let's see it. But yeah,
and we'll talk about it on the pod.
I wouldn't take the mick out of most cultures like that. But if I did, I'd start with my own one.
Okay. All right. Do
you know what I mean? I'll start with my own one and then I'll go for everybody else. So if everybody goes,
yeah.
So do you know what I mean? They'll be like, what about? No, I'll be like, well, I took the piss out of my own one first.
Yeah, I hear that.
So I reckon if he came out where he had a character, but again, like, would that have propelled anti-Semitism to a point? Do you know what I mean? Where it would have been even more abhorrent than it is if he'd have done that. Do you know what I mean? And
we'll pick it up in another episode, bro. Because I want to watch it. I want to watch the first episode and we can discuss.
He's doing a stand-up tour
as
Ali G.
Oh,
that's what it is.
That's what he's marketing.
Yeah, that's what I saw on the news report. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not a show. It's a show that's a live show.
Yeah, a live show.
Oh.
So yeah, you could get away with a lot of shit.
I've seen comedians say some spicy shit
live.
I didn't know he could do stand up. Right. Anyway, Kay. Let's get through some of these Patreon things because we did say we do an AMA. We didn't even put the post up, but they just started throwing them under a certain thing.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Ain't got a clue racist? No.
Yeah. Well, for some, for others. Right. Here's one from Steve saying, "What's your most profound and controversial take on rap and or hip hop in any era?" Mine is, and I say this as a huge Tupac fan, Pac and Biggie's early deaths made them more popular than they would have been. Let's be honest now, what 24/25-year-old rapper would you take seriously when it came to politics, women's rights and general life? They're legendary vibes. Let's just leave them there.
I've said this plenty of times, that if Tupac was around during social media, we'd all be laughing at him.
Biggie would have said some wild shit now as well.
Biggie would have been cancelled a long time ago. I I'm going to go out on a limb. Actually, let me not say. I was going to say.
Go for gold.
I was going to say, I don't know how much longevity Biggie would have had.
You don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
And I can go further in. And one of the reasons why we revere people that are gone too soon is I think as humans, we value potential
100%.
way more than realization.
Yeah.
So for example, Mac Miller passed away 5 years ago. He is another fantastic artist, not black, white guy, rapper. And the way people talk about him, I don't know if they'd talk about him the same way if he didn't pass away. And we've seen it with Heath Ledger as well. People say that was the best performance. I think with Batman, and I'm not saying anything about his performance, I feel like if that wasn't his last performance.
It's like people talk about Big Pun as well, isn't it?
Big Pun as well.
Big Pun, people to go, oh yeah, Big Pun is like, Big Pun's one of the greatest. And you're like, how, I mean, he only had like 2 albums, wasn't it?
Yeah, but well, I think we value potential. So it's not that profound or controversial, but have you got a profound or controversial take on hip hop, Kae?
I think hip hop is on its last legs and it's dying.
Carry on.
I think rap used to be something that was impressive. When you heard another person rap, you were like, how did they rhyme that with that? How did they come up with that metaphor and make it rhyme at the same time? I feel like rap's gone down the same route as poetry has. Like spoken word and like these Instagrammable like Rupi Kaur type poets that just go, I was full and now I am empty, and that's the fucking poem. Like, which is just garbage. I feel like it's gone down that same road where people just look at it and think, oh, I can do it. And then they just do, and it's not even rhyming anymore. There's no skill to it. There's no, like, when you see it written down, it just looks like prose. It doesn't actually look like something where you're like, oh, fuck, this is, how did he say that? Like, there used to be like triple entendres and double entendre, and you're like, fuck, what? None of that anymore. It's just like, it's all become very... Even I feel like with the experimentation when it comes to the beat making and producing, it's become very generic. A lot of it feels the same. There's nobody with like I shouldn't say nobody, but there's the stuff that's probably good. You have to go out and actively look for, which I don't have the time to do anymore. And I think like a lot of mainstream hip hop is now. Is now. I know it's not for me, and music's not meant to be for me. Young music is not meant to be for me by virtue of it. But yeah, I just don't see hip hop lasting another 50 years as the most dominant genre in the world. It will still be around, but it won't be the most dominant genre in the world. I don't think you're gonna see another timeless album that people across the board are gonna enjoy like you used to.
I think that my take is that a lot of hip hop fans that I know struggle to fucking understand that everybody can like their own type of music. Like, I hate this diehard, who was the best? Who was the best?
What's your top 5?
Big man, so if we all had the same top 5, that is we are a really boring set of people.
Yeah.
So that when people say they like a certain artist or whatever like that, I'm like, that's nice. Like, for example, me, like I have a certain hip hop artist. I'm like, they are the best artist. They're my favorite artist, whatever. And other people can be like, no. And they're gonna sit there and try and convince me through 45 minutes of my haircut that I am in the wrong. And I'm like, yo,
yeah,
just shut the fuck up, man, innit? Like,
yeah.
And then I feel like I've been in the car with Kae and I've played some music. Yeah, that's my own music. And I'm like, you might not like some of this, but this is my music. In fact, I was driving with Kae in the car and he was like, oh, Marcus, I'm not really into this kind of music. So I reached down to the volume knob and Kae said, no. But before he'd finished saying no, I made sure I turned that shit all the way up. So he had to fucking keep hearing that, turn the bass up and bump that shit. Right, Kae?
Yeah.
And that was the best 5-hour drive ever. Right, Kae?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think it's not controversial, but it's my
next question.
My hot take is just
next question.
No, my hot take is just fucking like, why is that even? It's the most redundant conversation ever. I like McDonald's. I like KFC. You get me? Anyway, next question. Well, actually, this is off Insta. Frazpos said, "I can't believe you're cheating on Kae Kurd." Because I put out a clip about another podcast that I'm on called How to Kill an Hour. Bro,
Yeah, we don't really talk about it.
I don't cheat. I don't cheat on you, Kae. And
fun fact, I am the side.
what did fun fact, ain't got a clue was the side. I didn't know you read that. What are you trying to call How to Kill an Hour a side piece? Incomparable. Two different shows. That's like comparing steak to chicken. There's lots of it. Why are you so nervous for, bro? Relax. Did you just call How to Kill an Hour a side show? No,
I said ain't got a clue was the side.
Okay, cool. I think
How to Kill an Hour was your main, and then the side thing took over.
Okay, I'm not reading this one out.
What did it say?
You were sandwiched between your mum and dad. Next question. I'm not finishing that question, bro. You really want to hear the rest of this?
Yeah.
You're sandwiched between your mum and dad. You have a hard on and a in your mum. You have a hard on and a in your mum.
A hard on in your mum.
You have a hard on and you are in your mum. And your dad is behind you and has also got a hard on. Question, do you move forward or backwards to get out of the situation? Motherfucker.
What kind of fucking nonsense is this, bruv?
This is the kind of question where I'm just going to have a hard pass, and say, bruv, I'm never going to be in that situation. But they did.
What fucking silly hypotheticals are these, bruv?
Yeah.
What have you been smoking, bruv?
All right, next one. What is your favourite UK city and why is it Manchester?
Because of the Northern Quarter and Old Trafford.
Northern Quarter is the one as well. Yeah, man, you're a man, you guy. All right, cool. Oh, actually, we've got an apology saying I really should have listened to it all before commenting with my AMA questions because now this comment looks odd against the sin that I've posted above. Right. Here's a good one from Lights Out. If you're offered a free return flight to space, will it be with Virgin Galactic, SpaceX, or Blue Origin? I know what I'm going with.
Which ones? So who's Blue Origin?
Virgin Galactic is Virgin. Yeah. SpaceX is obviously Elon. Yeah. And Blue Origin is Amazon.
All right.
Bezos.
All right. Okay. So if we're going to space, SpaceX is EasyJet. I reckon Amazon's the one, Blue Origin might be the one,
Really?
Yeah. I think Virgin Galactic, I don't know,
So you're going with what? So why are you going with Bezos? What?
Actually,
because I know who I'm going with.
I've got Virgin Media and I've got a Virgin Active membership. Fuck it, let's go full sweep.
Do you know what, Kae? I was going to say, I took Virgin trains, had a great experience with them. I've flown Virgin. I've gone closer to the stars with Virgin and survived, right?
Yeah.
I have never flown Amazon. I've never taken an Amazon transport at all. And I can say, yeah, man's been in a Tesla.
But do you know what's so funny? Do you know what's so funny? I don't know what is going to happen, but I know Bezos is going to be involved in owning the routes to space somehow. Like they'll be like, actually, but did you know like Amazon supplies like the electrics to all the like fucking thing. I'm not getting on a SpaceX rocket.
And do you know with your Prime membership you get a free ticket?
Yeah. I'm not getting on a SpaceX rocket.
Nah,
I'm just telling you that from now, bruv.
Nah.
It will, like I don't know what's going. They'll probably have a Tesla battery in there, and like it expires halfway through your ride or whatever. Virgin Galactic, fuck it. There might be some Virgin Cola in there. There might be a Virgin Megastore in there.
Yeah, man. You listen. You know the broadband's going to be popping. Virgin. I've flown with Virgin, man. I think I've got to go Virgin.
I'll go Virgin Active.
100%, man. Fuck's sake. Salma Hayek. With blue waffle, or Rihanna with both legs missing from the hips and a left arm. Now, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm just going to say, like, if you're coming through with questions and you think you're going to run this town of AMA questions, and you're going to go hard with questions like that, and you're going to stand under an umbrella, you don't want to Google that right now.
Okay.
Do you want to Google that right now?
No, I don't.
It's you don't. It's not Salma Hayek holding a plate of dessert.
Oh, is it like a disease?
Yeah, it's when the pum-pum is looking blue, and waffly is probably the wrong word to describe it, but not very attractive.
And the other one, what? Rihanna with no limbs?
Yeah.
Fuck it, man. Rihanna with no limbs, bruv.
Right. I was being nuanced of it. I was going with umbrella and, run this town and all that. You was like, fuck it, Rihanna.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, what's wrong with that? Disabled people deserve love as well, bruv.
Yeah. I just want to say,
let's make it any less beautiful.
The wildest.
That's the worst AMA ever.
I don't feel like my mind has expanded from those questions, man. I feel like
what happened to the first set?
The first set, fantastic. You guys are asking about stuff.
Fuck out of here, bro.
You look getting horrible.
You've
Also,
ruined it for me.
Yeah.
You've ruined it for Marcus, and you've ruined it for yourselves. Go and buy some tickets for my tour and get the fuck off here now.
Yeah, and also if you do want to get in the next round of Patreon questions, apparently now with Patreon you can now connect it to your Spotify. So somehow if you connect to them, you can listen to us. If you like listening to us via Spotify and you're like, how do I get these bonus episodes? Your Spotify connects to your Patreon account, connect them up, and then you're all done. You can log straight in and listen to us and enjoy us. What else we got going on we need to shout about? We've got some really positive stuff coming up soon we can talk about, which is nice though. I look forward to it, innit? We had a little message exchange with our
just behave
people.
yourselves.
Yeah.
Just behave yourselves. You heathens.
Yeah, man.
You heathens. In a bit.